Have a quorum, and the respondent to the complaint is here. I'm going to call the meeting to order. I want to thank Ms. Wilson for being here with us. The complainant decided not to participate in this hearing, so you'll be here just yourself and not the complainant, but we're going to follow the normal procedures we would otherwise follow. So a couple of things. I wanted to remind you again that this is just a preliminary hearing for purposes of determining whether the commission might have jurisdiction to hear this complaint in a full hearing, and whether the complaint itself has enough factual information in it that would warrant a full hearing. That's just it. So it's a very straightforward process. The way we're going to proceed is because the complainant did not waive confidentiality, we're going to have to go into closed session to actually hear the complaint and then hear your response to it. So in a moment, I'll ask for a motion for a closed session, and we'll go into closed session, and we'll be off off an open session. At that point in time, what we'll do is we will read the complaint so that you'll hear the complaint specifically, and then we'll ask you to make a short comment or a statement regarding the complaint in response to it. Once you've done that, I'll ask whether any of the commissioners have any questions for you. And once that's over with, I'll ask if you have any final comments you'd like to make, at which point we'll ask you to leave the closed session. And at that point, the commission will have a discussion about jurisdiction and the nature of the complaint and what kind of finding or determination we might make. We'll ask you to come back in when that's done, and we'll go into open session because we can't entertain any motions. We can't make motions, entertain any motions, or vote on them except in open session. We'll go into open session, and I'll ask if there's any motion regarding the disposition of this particular complaint. So that's how we're going to proceed. So it shouldn't be too complicated. The first thing I want to do, though, is have you sworn in, if I may, because you will be, in effect, giving testimony. So, Mackenzie, would you do the honors?
Raise your right hand, and on a few say, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Thank you. I'll now entertain a motion to go into closed session.
Yes, sir. I move to go into closed session pursuant to KRS 61.8101F and KRS 61.8101J to hold the preliminary inquiry in CO-2025-10 as the preliminary inquiry comprises discussions and hearings which may lead to the discipline or dismissal of an employee, member, or officer, and also contains the deliberations of a quasi-judicial body regarding individual adjudications.
Thank you. Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay, we are now in closed session. Open session. We are now in open session. All right. So in being an open session, I'll now entertain any motion regarding the disposition of CO 2025-010.
I move to dismiss the complaint in CO 2025-10 as complaints against civil service employees are outside the jurisdiction of the Ethics Commission pursuant to Section 25-23, Section 4 of the Code, and KRS 67A-280. And further move to forward said complaint to the Department of Environmental Quality and Public Works and the Division of Human Resources for possible investigation if appropriate.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So the motion carries, so this complaint will be dismissed, and an order dismissing the complaint will be issued to you and the complainant. I do want to offer something by way of a suggestion or recommendation at the end of this. The Ethics Commission is available to every LFUCG employee to provide an advisory opinion regarding outside business interests and personal interests when there might be created by such interests a possible conflict of interest or an appearance of thus. And I just want to remind you that that service is available, and the request for an advisory opinion would simply involve, stating the circumstances of the outside business in your current, and asking whether the outside business would be acceptable, and more particularly, what kind of management of that relationship you would need to follow in order to be consistent with the Ethics Commission, or consistent with the Ethics Act and the requirements in the Ethics Act. So that's all we're doing is reminding you of that service that we provide for employees of LFUCG in case you might care to take advantage of it. Okay.
Sorry. Thank you. I will actually honestly have to say I did not know this commission existed, and I'm thankful that it is here because I will likely use you all in the future when I get to the point where we're actually moving this business forward again, because I do not want to be in violation.
All right. Well, thank you for your participation.
Thank you.
So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
So moved.
Any discussion? All in favor? So we are hereby adjourned. Thank you, Ms. Wilson.